Today on Singles Court, Cindy wants Claudio to get a new age grip on his emotions.
I don't feel like I know him. I want to be able to express his dreams, his fears,
Maybe
his feelings.
He says, I'm in touch with my feeling and it's just fine.
I don't understand how all of a sudden I became evil just because I don't like to talk so much.
And Eduardo's passed his expiry date. He's gone bad.
He's not treating me properly anymore.
Melissa wants him to snap out of it before they end up on the shelf.
I like her. I really do like her. I don't want anything else to change.
It's not like I can't get any other guys. I mean, you know how many guys.
It is not about that.
Yeah, lots of people want to be with me.
The thing is,
Hi there and welcome to Singles Court. Singles and relationship problems, they go hand in hand, and sometimes these singles can't work them out on their own. So they need help. And what better place than right here? Because here they'll meet a woman who's an author, a lecturer. She even owned and ran her own dating service, so she has seen and heard it all. She is relationship expert Angela Segal.
Hi, David.
Hello.
I'm back in that chat room again. I'll tell you, those instant messages, just so you know,
Yes.
an opening line is not, are you wearing any panties? Not
Really?
a good one. Not a good one.
See, I've been trying that one for years. It hasn't worked, so it's
Now
time
you
to
know
move
why.
on.
Time to move on.
Excellent. Angela, meet Cindy and Claudio. Cindy is a fast food cashier, and Claudio is a truck driver. Cindy knows deep down Claudio is more sensitive than he appears. She wants him to attend a workshop, but Claudio's not going. I call this one the case of the silent stud, or you can't break me.
Cindy, you seem to be upset with him.
Yeah,
You
well,
won't-
we've been together for like a year and a half, and not once have I ever heard any real emotion from him except when he's watching football.
Because football's good.
Well, okay, for example, his grandmother just died, and I mean, he
come
was so
on.
close to her. She practically raised
Why you
him.
gotta go bringing up my grandma? Do I bring up your grandma?
Claudio, that's why we're
Do I bring
here.
up your psycho ex-roommate?
Claudio, why do you think that
I don't
we're
bring
here?
these things up. They're personal in front of people. What are you doing?
Anyway,
In front of people?
Yeah.
Lots of people?
Lots of people.
well, and this is the problem. You know, like that's the whole reason why we're here is to talk about this, and he can't even open up for like 2 seconds.
Okay,
the
but,
problem all of a sudden?
it's always been this way, you said. He's not a very
Yeah,
emotional
but up until
guy.
now, like, I mean, we've only been together for a year and a half, and it's been fun, and we're, you know, when we're socializing, I mean, that's fine, but I just feel like it's time to take it to a deeper level.
What would that be?
Well, I mean, I want to know about his hopes, his fears, his dreams. I mean, something
But I
a
tell
little
you
bit
all
more.
Don't
what
I
do
tell
you
you
tell
about
me?
Well, the time the blast caps went off and I saw lights
see,
climbing
like,
the walls
that's
for
not
5
emotion.
days.
Like this
The
guy
blast
needs
cap.
help.
Sorry, what
What
was
are you
that?
talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, I drive a dump truck.
Okay.
And one time I was at work, we were filling in this quarry, and they need to make explosions happen for this.
Like,
One
does this
went
sound
off
like
accidentally
emotional
by my
heart
head.
stuff to you?
Well, you know what though, but everybody, you know, to me, everybody's emotional issues are different. Maybe for him that was emotional.
Well, I mean, what about his grandmother dying? Like, when she died, this woman who practically raised him, he didn't say a word about it to me. He wasn't himself for one day. He didn't say anything about it, and then the next day he's just back to normal again. Like,
But
he's
is he
like
really?
an emotional time
Is he
bomb.
really back to normal?
Well, that's
did
what
you
I don't
discuss
know.
it with him?
I've tried, and he like
Claudio?
he always
Look, I'm an
deflects.
upfront kind of guy. What you see is what you get. It's not like I'm trying to hide anything from anybody. I just got nothing
So
to
what
say
did you
about
feel?
it. You know?
What did you feel when your grandmother died? Did you not feel anything
What I
at
feel
all?
about it is none of anybody's business.
this is the
And you're
problem.
trying to pull this out. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. I don't understand how all of a sudden I became evil just because I don't like to talk so much, because I like to hang out with the guys.
I mean, why do you call him an emotional time bomb?
Because it just seems like he's keeping all of this stuff
Why?
cooped
Because
up
he's not
inside
well,
him.
But maybe he doesn't have anything built up. I mean, did that ever occur to you? Maybe there's nothing there. Really?
Well, who doesn't feel anything when, like,
No,
they're-
not anything, just differently than you.
Well, then, so what am I supposed to do about it? Like, I feel like I don't even
Gee,
know
let me
him.
think about this. How about accept it?
She wants
Well-
me to go on this emotional retreat where you go out into the middle of the woods with a bunch of men and discuss your feelings. And
How do you feel about that?
no way, not gonna happen.
There, you got some emotion out.
Never.
See?
Not a chance is that ever going to happen so I can dance around with a bunch of people look like Tony Robbins and
I
come
wanna
back
be
acting
able
like
to
Dave.
talk-
Me? Why me?
Hey, don't attack
I
him.
can't remember the
even
last
feel
time
like
I
I
was out
know
dancing
him.
around with men, so take it easy, pal.
Whenever I try to talk to him,
Well,
I just get nothing.
But he has an obvious issue with the fact that you want him to go on this retreat. Why do you want him to go?
Well, I just feel like if we went to this retreat together, we could get to know each other on a deeper level. I mean, the only things we ever talk about is just day-to-day things and the size of our house and the best heating system for it.
Those are important things.
Yes, they're
Isn't
important
a relationship
things,
the
but that's-
best when you're comfortable being quiet? When you don't have to talk to the other person about everything all the time?
Well, that sounds like a Hallmark card to me.
That's right. It's comfortable when we're quiet. That's my Hallmark card for the,
I mean,
for the year.
my question to you is, when you look at this retreat, what are you so adamant about? Why is it that you're so adamant about not going? What is it about it that you hate?
Okay, there's this guy at work. His name is Dribbles, okay? And we call him that because he went on he used to be the most stand-up guy you'd know. In a bar fight, he was the guy you wanted to have on your back all the time. And he got his work done all the time, okay? And then all of a sudden he goes on one of these retreats, gets in touch with his emotional side, and comes back and tells us about how his life has changed, and he's changed for the better, and he cried all weekend, and he really got to know the child inside of him, and blah, blah, blah. So the guy started picking on him a little bit, and he doesn't hang out with us at the bar so much anymore, because he'd rather probably be doing other things, and
You think that made him a weaker person?
yeah, it made
What
him a
other
weaker
thing?
person.
Okay.
So what does he do instead? Tell her what he does instead.
He
That
hangs
you
out
think
with
is
his
so
wife.
sissy. See? This is the thing. Like, he thinks that hanging out with your wife is a sissy thing to do. Like,
Well, but do you have an issue with the fact that he doesn't not hang out with you?
Well,
You
I
didn't
don't
say-
feel like I get, like, quality time from
Well,
him.
you know, did it ever occur to you that maybe there's nothing else? Maybe you have all there is that he has to give.
Well, if that's all there is, then I don't know if I want it.
Well, I think that's the bigger issue. You know, you're looking here at somebody who's saying, I'm not going on the retreat. So what are you going to say if he says to you, I'm not going? Because basically that's what he said. He's not going.
Well, I just think it's now or never. I feel like our relationship
Now or never
is just,
what?
Well, our relationship is over if this is all that's ever going to be of it.
You don't like it the way it is.
No.
And what is it that exactly that you don't like about the relationship?
Well, I don't feel like I know him. I want to be able
What
to
don't you
express
know?
his dreams, his fears,
maybe he
his
doesn't have
feelings.
any. Maybe he doesn't have any. Maybe all he wants to do is drive the dump truck and watch things blast off the back.
What's wrong with that?
See?
What's wrong with that? Maybe he just doesn't want to wear all the shirt.
I don't want you on my side.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I mean, do you understand what I'm saying?
Well, then I guess I just don't want somebody like that. If there's nothing
What are you
deeper,
talking about?
if there's nothing more to you, then like I don't want to live a life waiting for you to come home from the bars and listening to you belch and like scratch yourself with your friends.
But if that was the case, why didn't you end it before? Why'd you bring me here?
Because I thought that our relationship might grow past this point. Like, this is fine for the time being.
this amazing?
But for, like, a future together, husband and wife, like, I'm not up for that.
Well, you know what? Friends, we've just seen a relationship unfold right here on Singles Court. I'll be back with my resolution. This is a classic, I must say. Cindy, you're desperately trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. He told you the truth. He said, I am what I am, and that's true. What you see is what you get. Those were his words. You know, everybody handles emotions differently. You can't ask someone else to handle them in the way that you would, including the death of a loved one, grief. All those things are handled differently based on the person. And you need to understand that he's not going to handle it necessarily the way that you think that he should. You know, it doesn't make him an emotional time bomb, as you said. He's just different than you are. You know, Claudio, you said, I am what I am, and you're right. You are what you are. And you have to understand that just because you're not an expressive person when it comes to your emotions, it doesn't make everybody else who is a sissy or something to be laughed at. It doesn't give you some sort of elevated position to make fun of others. You know, although it hurts to end a relationship, it hurts more to stay in it when you know it's over. This one is over. It's overdone. You know, when I look at this, I just think about the fact that you just continue to try and change them and change them and change them. And we know that just doesn't work. It never works. And in order to make someone see things the way that we see them, we can drag them all over the ends of the earth. It really doesn't matter. They will still ultimately be who they are. So when I look at this relationship, all I can say to you is that you need to go your separate ways. Each of you doing what it is that you want to do with whomever it is you want to do it with. And stop trying to change him into something that he's not ever going to be. But remember, feelings are part of every relationship. And if they're not nurtured and made to continue to grow, what'll happen is they'll end up at the end of the day just like Claudio's truck, dirty and empty. And that's that, the final word.
Next on Singles Court, Eduardo's passed his expiry date. He's gone bad.
He's not treating me properly anymore.
Melissa wants him to snap out of it before they end up on the shelf.
I like her. I really do like her. I don't want anything else to
It's
change.
not like I can't get any other guys. I mean, you know how many
Melissa,
guys
it is
want
not
to be
about that.
Yeah, lots of
No,
women
but
want to
the
be with
thing
me
is,
too.
Welcome back to Singles Court. I'm David Knight. We're back with two more singles who have a relationship problem. They've tried to fix it on their own, but they've had no luck. So who better to help them than the woman with the final word, relationship expert, Angela Segal.
I tell you, I just have a thought.
Yes?
What do you think about a singles aerobics video?
Singles aerobics video. No leg warmers, though.
No,
Those
no
are
leg
out.
warmers. Just sweat and move into the grooving.
Perfect.
I think that's a good idea.
Excellent.
Write it down. We'll work on it later.
Okay. Angela, meet Melissa and Eduardo. Melissa's a sales clerk, and Eduardo is a gas jockey. Melissa wants the kind, caring, and considerate Eduardo back in her life. Eduardo thinks Melissa's got ants in her pants because they moved from friends to lovers. This involves insults, injuries, and injustice. I call it the case of goodbye, Mr. Nice Guy, or you've got to be cruel to be kind.
Well, Melissa, sounds like you have a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde on you. What happened?
Well, you know, me and Eduardo have been dating for about 6 weeks. And before that, we were good friends for 2 years. I mean, really good friends. We emailed each other all the time. We talked on the phone like 5 times a day. We went shopping together. But lately, he's just totally changed, and he's being a real
What do you mean I've
jerk.
changed?
He's being a real
How have I been a jerk?
And I just want him to cut out all this macho crap and to start acting like the Eduardo that I know.
I'm
Well,
still the same Eduardo. I am still the same Eduardo
No, you're
that
not.
you met.
No,
yes,
you're
I am.
not. No,
Yes,
you're
I
not.
am.
Well, give me an
So
example.
how have I changed?
Well, let's find out.
We'll be at the table at dinner, okay? And he'll get up to go and talk to his friends for like half an hour.
I explained.
He'll make plans without
I explained to you what happened that night.
Without
I explained
consulting
that night what
me,
happened to. That was
okay?
business.
And
That
I
was
called
business.
How do you go
and,
from-
and up to now, he hasn't called me back.
How do you go from calling somebody and talking to them on the phone like 5 times a day to leaving them at a table to go talk to friends because it's
Because that was business. I'm a gas jockey, right? And the guys who bring the truck to fill the gas tanks
His only
were at the
business
same
was that
restaurant.
he was going to
I've been
the
trying to get a
club
hold of them for
later
weeks.
on that night with
but they
his
were at the
friends.
restaurant, so I
That's
went
his
and I did my
business.
business for half an hour, and then I came back. I
you-
apologized to her.
Oh, come on.
I said I made it up, but she won't accept it.
I don't blame her. You'd have been sitting there by yourself.
No, he's just totally changed. I mean, he used to be so sweet. I mean, he would bake
I'm still
me
sweet.
cakes.
I still bake her
He
cakes.
would,
I bring her flowers.
Bring me gummy
we go
bears.
Dinner.
He'd
He said he still does those things.
He
I still-
does not. He does nothing. At least he hasn't done anything for me lately. Okay? Let me just tell you. Let me just break it down for
Yeah,
you.
please do.
Okay? Because he does nothing for me. I mean, he used to be such an angel, but now it's just like his niceness is on
I mean, what
hibernation.
happened?
I'm
Like,
still an angel.
Well,
I
okay,
am still an
but you
angel.
all were friends for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then, you know, because it's scary when somebody thinks, okay, I've gone to the next level, and now we have this relationship. Which
It
are you-
is, it
Are
is.
you
I've-
all intimate in this relationship?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Physically?
I have to admit it's gotten a little bit weird since we started to have sex.
She's the one who's been acting
But,
weird since
you know,
this whole thing
Because
became
he used to be
us.
like a brother to me. Really.
Why would you date your brother?
Yeah, for
She
real.
was never a sister to me, so I'm like, how could
You
you,
know,
date your brother?
you know,
if I was
it's-
like a brother to you, how could you date your brother?
It's been a little bit weird, but you know, I'm getting over
It's been
it.
weird for me too, but I'm dealing with it. I'm just going with the flow.
Well,
That's
but-
what I want
but
her to do.
I
Just
guess
go
I'm,
with the
I'm
flow.
sort of confused here because you moved to the level of physical intimacy.
Yeah, and she can't deal with that.
And then you're saying that's making him act weird and mean and not nice to you anymore?
No, it has nothing to do with the sex, okay? The big thing with me is that he's not treating me properly anymore. He's not treating
Well,
me
how do you know it
properly.
doesn't have anything to do with the sex? Maybe it does.
I-
Does it have anything to do with the sex?
No, because I know the sex is good. I thought she loved the sex. She never brought it up
Listen,
until now.
Well,
You know,
do
She
you?
never mentioned anything else.
the sex is all right.
It's all right.
She went from
right.
good. She went from great to all right.
It's
The
all
sex
right.
I don't know what she's
That's
talking
not a
about.
match.
But you know, my major concern is that, you know, I just want him to start acting like the way
Well,
he
but do you
used to.
feel like because you all became physically intimate, that might be why he's acting
Exactly.
differently?
No, I don't
Then
think
maybe,
so.
you know what they say, like, you know, they say they got, you know, he got the milk, so now he's like leaving the cow.
Oh, no. I love being with her. I really do.
Well, then
But
why don't
he
you act
doesn't.
like it?
You
I
know?
do. I don't know what she's talking about.
I treat him like gold, okay? Just the other day, I bought him a new outfit so he can go out with his boys.
The other day was my
I drove
birthday.
halfway
The
across
other day,
town
it was
to get
my
him a new
birthday.
CD
So-
that he wanted.
There's people
okay?
that don't get anything for their birthday.
Well, I give her stuff for her birthday. If
I paid all his bills.
oh my goodness.
Now, why do you do that?
You know, being nice.
No,
because
that's
I
being
thought that,
stupid.
you know,
Yeah,
perhaps
that's
if,
being a sucker. That's not being nice, paying bills.
on.
if I'm
That's
nice to
wrong.
him,
No wonder
perhaps,
he's mean to you.
you know, and
You pay all his bills too?
No,
She does not pay all my
I
bills.
hope not.
She does
you know,
not
he used
pay all
to
my
treat
bills.
me like $1 million. Okay?
I still do treat her like
But
$1
now
million.
all he does is he's rude
She
to
is
me.
$1 million if she pays all your bills.
He's rude to me. You know, he makes rude comments about my hair,
why does she
about my
feel-
friends.
Is that true though?
He said,
No,
I
it's
look,
not
he said
true.
I look
She's
like
making
a
all this up.
prostitute.
I don't know
He
how you
didn't say
can
I
bring
look
me
like
here
a
and
prostitute.
say all that stuff on the show.
I mean, come on. Some of it has to be true.
None of it is true.
None of it. You
None
never
of it is
you never said she looked like a prostitute.
Well, the skirt she
You
was
ne-
wearing, she couldn't even bend down to pick up a pencil.
That's not
I didn't
true.
want to. We were going
That's not
out to a
true. It's
restaurant.
So you did
and-
say that's true. Okay,
No,
what about
I didn't say she was a
You
prostitute.
said my hair.
I made a comment along the
He can't believe
lines.
how greasy my hair gets.
Her
He
hair
can't
is
believe
greasy.
How
I've got
my
beautiful
friends are
skin.
so
I don't want, you know,
backstabbing.
I don't want to
My
get
friends are
pimples on
so
my face and stuff like that.
backstabbing.
But do you understand it's different from how you were? Like, why are you being so critical?
Why are you being so critical?
And
Why
so
have you changed?
rude. I mean, if her hair is greasy, my thing is, if her hair is greasy, then move on. Don't touch it. You know what I'm saying?
In my last 3 relationships, I've been dumped because I've been told I'm too nice.
So what does that have to do with me? I'm not your past 3
The
relationships.
first one,
Is
I
that
got
why you've
the
been
first
treating
one.
me like
The
like
first
crap
one.
because your
Excuse
last
me, I'm
past 3
talking here.
Melissa, please.
Can I speak to Angela, please? Thank you. The first relationship I got dumped. I can understand that. She said I was being too nice or whatever.
Like a
It was just
brother
wimpy,
kind of thing.
exactly. Second
Like she
one,
said.
same thing happened. I was dumped because I was too nice. Oh, I like you, but can we just be friends? The third one, too nice. So I'm like, what's
So-
wrong with being a nice guy?
So you decided what?
To change and become a big ass.
So you-
like
why'd
my
you
friends
ch-
have been telling me to do for years, but
You've
I haven't
been
been
listening
listening
to
to
your
them.
stupid
So now I
friends?
just figure, why not?
You've been
Why not
listening-
try something
you've been
different?
listening to your friends.
Why not try something
You're
different?
tired, old friends.
Melissa, how about this? Okay, this is the person that you've been friends with, the nice friend, for 2 years, probably through some of those same relationships.
Yes,
So
yes.
why would you turn into a jerk on her?
I'm just talking from past
You know,
experience.
but did you
From
know
past
those?
experience.
Were you friends with those women for 2 years, like you are with her?
No.
That's
a
right.
year,
It would be
6
impossible
months.
because you're only 22.
Yes.
So that couldn't have happened. So here's somebody who you've been friends with for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think she deserves this total flip in personality? And do you really think it's going to
I
yield
just
you a
thought
girlfriend?
I'll try something different. That's all.
It's not working.
That's all I thought.
It isn't
you know?
working.
So now
It's
it's
not
time to
working.
change it up.
You
Change
know,
it up again.
It's not working. I mean, how do you really feel about her? Really?
I like her. I really do like her. I don't want anything else to
It's
change.
not like I can't
So-
get any other guys. I mean, you know how many
Melissa,
guys
it is
wanna
not
be with
about
me.
that.
Yeah, lots of women want to be with me too.
The thing is,
Lots
I
of women
chose
wanna
you.
be with me too.
The thing is, I choose to be with me. And
I
you
chose
think,
you
like,
too. I chose you
treating
also.
me like garbage, that's
What
going to
are you
make me
talking
stick
about?
around?
I'm trying to help you. You're making it worse. Really.
I don't even know why she brought me.
Well, you
brought
know
me
why,
here.
because she's trying to understand why you changed. Do you see it? Now, you explained why.
Yeah.
So do you think she's worth giving her the real you?
Yeah, she is.
I
She
agree.
is. She
I'll be
is.
back with my resolution. You know, people who change midstream are usually pedaling the wrong way. You know, Eduardo changed on you, and you know that. But you understand why he did it. It was because he didn't want to lose you. And he felt as though what he was doing made sense, even though he was wrong. I just want you to understand why he did it, because he really cares about you. And that's a nice thing when you've had a friend for 2 years. You know, cherish the friendship, and then continue to grow the friendship and continue to nurture it, because that will give you all the ultimate relationship together, because you're friends first. You know, buying things like you've done and paying for things and giving him things are not necessary to show him that you care. So I'd kind of hold up on the wallet for a little while. Now, when I look at you, I mean, Eduardo, nice guys don't always finish last. I know you think they do, but they don't. You can still be a nice guy and be strong. You can. You can still have all the strength of a man and still be nice. I think you know that she cares about you as a friend first, and that's important. It's very important. You know, in relationships, you have to realize that you never get a good result when you're pretending to be somebody other than who you are. And that's what you were trying to do. And the result would not have been good anyway, because she would have broken up with you because she thought you were a jerk, and you're not. You're a nice guy. So, you know, people live a lifetime and never get to have a relationship with someone who's truly their friend. You all are fortunate because at a very young age, you've been able to have a relationship, a friendship, for 2 years. And I harp on that because I want you to understand that that's special. You may never get that again in your life. So don't just throw it out the window. Go back to being a nice guy. That's a good thing. You know, because even if nice guys do finish last, some people believe that sometimes the best things are saved for last. So last is not always a bad place to be. And that's that, the final word.
You know, the first case today got me thinking about changing my name to Claudio. But after dealing with that meathead, I think I'll try maybe Eduardo. So, this is Eduardo Knight saying, see you next time on Singles Court, the final word for singles.